All right, how to get a cool OSD for Voicemeeter that somebody made, community made by, I'm gonna butcher your name here, but AesthetiG. It's also, they have a page on GitHub, so if you want to support them, go for it. This is how you can get like an overhead view, over screen display of Voicemeeter basically. So this is for people that have MIDI boards and you're controlling Voicemeeter with sliders or some other kind of product that does support it. Or you could even just be using the shortcut keys, using your volume keys on your keyboard to control A1 right here. That works too. Works for any version of Voicemeeter that I know of. And yeah, so here's how you do that. So first thing, I'll have the links or whatever in here. But you want to click download manually. It's going to pop up. You want to download it. You're just going to open it. And it's going to run to install. Obviously, I already have it installed, so it's going to say uninstall for me. But for you, it's going to say install. Install it. Takes a couple seconds. Done. You do that. Get that installed. You need that, so then you can run the actual file. So now we go to GitHub. Link will also be wherever I decide to put this. It'll be there. Don't worry. We're going to click on the zip file. And we're just going to press open. And depending on whether or not you have WinRAR, if you don't have WinRAR, then it will pop up in probably your downloads as a zip file. And you'll just need to right click it, and then it'll say unzip or something. I can't remember. Unzip all or something. Unzip it. You'll get the folder that I see here in WinRAR. If you have WinRAR, just drag it out. So you just drag it out. You get a folder like this. So we'll have a folder like this now. Open it. We will then go to this right here and just double click it. And that should open it. You can kind of put this wherever you want, but I'll just have it here for now. And basically, if you move a slider in Voicemeeter, it should... I had to pause it there. It wasn't working right away, but I waited like a minute, not even, and it started working. So here's in the top right, if you see it. So if I move, I have a big MIDI board to do this, obviously. So I can control multiple things at once. But yeah, this is all of these are all being controlled with sliders. If you do it with the shortcut keys, like I said before, with your keyboard, it would still show up like that. Also, if you have macro buttons set up, to maybe do it with keybinds on your keyboard, say you want to turn off or turn on B1 on my Spotify column, then you'll see that I'm enabling it and disabling it. If I mute, now it's disabling B1 off and on, and obviously you weren't able to hear me when I did that. Yeah, shows up in the top right. I think it works with most games. Games are weird. I think if you run them in full screen borderless, it'll show over the game. If you run them in full screen, it won't show up over the game, which is a good thing, because if it did, it would probably alt-tab you out of the game. So it's more or less made for when you're just on your desktop, or if you do have a full screen borderless game. I will be testing it with some games here in the future, but yeah, as of now, I mean, this is just how you get it, and it looks very nice, I will say so. Yeah. Once again, thank you, AesthetiG. Really appreciate it. It's really cool. And yeah. Oh, and I almost forgot. So how to get it to start with Windows, because it's probably something you'd want. You don't probably want to run it every single time. You'll press Windows button R. You're going to get the Windows run here. And you're just going to type shell and then colon startup. Press OK. And now here we got some startup stuff. We will go back to that folder that you have for the VoicemeeterFancyOSD. And all I did was I right clicked on the OSD here, created a shortcut. It gives me this. I then click and drag, drop it in there. Boom, done. Started with Windows. It took a little bit to like get started, and I think that's because it's running before Voicemeeter. but no big deal. Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, that's how you start it with Windows. Thank you for watching.